Hey guys, NCS Fan 001 here, walking the road to my 400 Platinum Trophy. We are finally there, finally at 400. It has been a long time coming. I am so glad to finally be here. Anyway, today's game for number 400, as previously stated on a couple of occasions, Red Dead Redemption 2. Just spam the button because this bear took way too long to find. I'm going to say that right now. This thing took absurdly long for me to find, a lot longer than I expected. There it is, Legend of the West. That is our Platinum Trophy name. So, this was Platinum Trophy number 400. I'm going to pause and I'm going to save the game in a second once I jump back in. But more importantly, we got to sync up the trophies and take a look at the list. So yeah, finally hit 400. Red Dead 2 is not a particularly difficult Platinum. It's a medium difficulty Platinum, like right around a 5 out of 10. But it is very, very time consuming. The game took me something along the lines of 130 hours to finish the single player, and then another 77, I think, to finish the multiplayer. So all in all, it took a little over 200 hours to obtain the Platinum, though I'm sure I didn't do everything in the most efficient manner possible. So in order to get the Platinum Trophy, you'll get your first few trophies here, all of these by simply completing the story. The story is pretty time consuming, but the single player for this game is fantastic. I love the single player for this game. The story is great, the characters are great, and just the overall game for the single player aspect of it is great. I love that aspect of it. But then things do take a bit of a downturn with the multiplayer, but we'll get into that in a minute. So all the optional honor story missions, this is a missable trophy, but I think there is a workaround to it if you do manage to miss one of them. I think there is like a workaround if it's still even available. I don't know if it exactly is anymore. The 100% completion is very, very time consuming, but as you can see, it is a little bit easier than this one. These are the two hardest trophies in the single player. The 100% completion is not too bad overall because you don't technically have to 100% every single thing in the game, but you do have to do a good majority of it. Like, you don't have to 100% the compendium, but you do have to do a whole lot of other stuff. There's a whole checklist in-game that you can go to in your pause menu. So it is a very time-consuming thing to do, but it's not really the hardest thing in the world. Then you have the 70 gold medals and story missions. This is the hardest trophy in the game, just because if you don't do it, if you do it through mission replay instead of making a save before every mission and replaying the mission using your save over and over again until you get the gold medal, then it's a lot harder if you do it through mission replay, because in mission replay you don't carry over all your gear from the main game or from your main file. You only carry over certain weapons, certain ammo, certain healing items, etc. And you also have to use usually like a default horse, and that tends to make a lot of the medals much harder to do on mission replay. So it is highly recommended, if you're focusing more on the Platinum, make a save before every story mission, and then if you mess it up, like if you don't get the gold medal, you can simply reload your save and try again, but you'll have all your gear and stuff with you, which will make it much, much easier to do. So I highly recommend taking on the gold medals that way. I kind of wish I had done that, but I didn't really want to spoil the story too much for myself. Thankfully, you don't have to get a gold medal on every single mission. There's, I think, 105 or 104 total story missions, and you only have to get 70 of them with gold medals, and there are some that are very, very easy, but it is still a fairly time-consuming and can be a bit challenging process. Companion activity in each camp, this one is missable. It's a little tough to miss, but you can certainly miss it. You have to do it in chapters 2, 3, and 4. This is unmissable while you're going for 100%. This one, I believe, is actually missable as well, or maybe even buggy. So make sure to take this on as early in the game as you can, because there's only like 7 homesteads, and there's like ways to miss certain ones. This is a side mission that's not too hard. It's a little bit time consuming though. This one's pretty much unmissable. This one is missable, but it's pretty tough to miss. Like, this is going to be an early trophy that a lot of people earn just by donating money to the gang tithing box throughout the different camps. Spending money across the shops, this is pretty much unmissable. The honor level is pretty much unmissable. The stranger missions is not necessarily unmissable. It can take a little while, but it's not difficult at all. Surviving 3 days with a bounty of $250 in all states. This one can be just a little bit tougher, just if you're not prepared to take on the bounty hunters, and getting up to the bounty can be a little tough because in Amberino there are no towns, so you kind of have to get lucky with like getting spotted or just snipe at the fort that's across the river in one area, so that one took a little while. The other 4 areas are pretty easy, though, because you can just go into a town and kill stuff really easily. You'll have to find all the collectibles anyway for the 100%. This is a collectible type that's for the 100% as well. This one is missable as well, these companion item requests, though this one's a little bit tougher to miss because you have plenty of opportunities for it, but just make sure you get it done as quickly as possible within the camps. This one you can't really do until really late in the game, most likely, because you have to finish all the hunting requests first. And I think you actually do have to finish the majority of the main story, at least the 6 chapters, to be able to do it. This one's pretty easy, pretty unmissable. You have the animal trophies, which are terrible. You have to study every animal that is not Guarma exclusive. You have to study all of them, and then you have to skin a good chunk of them. The fish one is pretty much unmissable while you're going for the 100%. This one's pretty much unmissable. This one is very, very grindy, the 18 bear attacks and killing them. I found the best place to go is next to, I believe it's Wallace Station. And, you know, you basically go in, get a bear, then you just save and you start waiting or travel around the world or reload or quit your save and... like, save the game, quit, and then reload. That's what I meant to say, after each one that you kill, and that can make it so you can wait more often. So it's just time-consuming, but it's not really difficult. And then your max bonding level with a horse, this one's basically unmissable. You're probably not going to have any trouble getting this one. So then you get to the online trophies. You have to complete the intro, which is unmissable. Then you have to you have to take part in a series, which is extremely easy. So just play 1 or 2 matches within a series, and you'll get that no problem. The free roam missions, this is not difficult. It may take just a little while, but it's not difficult. You'll probably get it pretty early on while going for all the other trophies. The free roam events are random. They pop up at random intervals, but you should easily have 5 by the time you get to level 50. The 5 gold belt buckles from awards is actually pretty much unmissable now because there's a whole lot of really easy awards now. Like, there are more easy ones than there were right when the game released, and I ended up getting this one relatively early on into playing Red Dead Online, like when I was first starting to go back and do everything. The MVP 3 times in a round with at least 4 players. There may be a way to boost this one, but you hopefully won't need it because it just means get MVP in 3 total matches instead of 3 in a row like the first Red Dead. So it's not too difficult, really. It may take a little bit of luck, it'll take a little bit of time, but it will most likely come naturally while going to level 50. Owning 5 horses is really, really expensive. It's $1,500 to buy enough stables for them, plus then you have to purchase the horses. So it's a really expensive trophy. Some of the trophies in the multiplayer are definitely built towards encouraging you to do microtransactions. Reaching rank 10 is unmissable, but reaching rank 50 is very, very time-consuming. That's where you're going to be spending a majority of your time because you can finish all the other trophies by the time you hit level 28. Then you have this one, successfully counter a rival posse's free roam mission. You might get this one naturally, you might not. If you don't get it naturally, like as you're closing in on level 50, you can boost it very, very easily. Then you have 5 camp improvements. You can purchase the flags for a total of $250, so another kind of expensive trophy due to the way money is. Crafting ammo, you won't be able to do this until a minimum of level 22. I'd recommend waiting till level 28 to where you can buy the split point ammo pamphlets. Persistent Posse, that's another $200 down the drain to do that one. And then you just have crafting items, selling items, picking herbs, and completing a free roam mission with a partner. None of those are difficult at all. So overall, this is not a horribly difficult platinum trophy. It's a medium difficulty, like 5 out of 10, but it is very, very time consuming. The multiplayer is much easier than GTA 5, but the single player is definitely harder. And the multiplayer is not as fun, in my opinion, as GTA 5. It's okay at first, but it starts to get kind of annoying. Now, I haven't played it in a while, but it is, when I was playing it, when I was doing all the multiplayer trophies, is when did I hit level 50, actually? Let's check that out. This is going to date the video even more. So that was July 31st, and it's currently late September of 2019, so I did it back then, so I don't know how much it's changed. I know they've added in that Frontier update, but I still don't really know if it's gotten that much better. So, with that, level 69, 10%, 17,111 total trophies, 400 platinums, 2,272 golds, 4,396 silvers, 10,043 bronzes. So, hope you guys enjoyed the video. That was platinum number 400. Glad to see that be done. Don't know what's going to come next, but I have a number of continuing, you know, easy games I can do, whether those be Ratalaika or Palgi or otherwise. And then sort of once I get through that crop of games, I'm not sure what's going to come after that, because I'm going to probably be talking about this a little bit more in the future about my dislike of what Ratalaika's doing with trophy hunting, and even sort of what Palgi's doing now. I'll talk about that eventually, though, but for now, that was number 400, celebrating that. Very happy to have Red Dead done. Hopefully, I would love it if they did not release any trophy DLCs, but I'm pretty sure they will, because it's every Rockstar game since GTA 4 has had DLCs, so naturally it's probably going to have it. At least that's not a remaster or port of one of the PS2 games. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and see you for the next one.